guys and bad guys, cowboys and Indians, sinners and saints, masters and minions. They're all the same to me. They're all the same to me.
Welcome to Fence Post Politics, the only place for unfiltered, nonsensical, probably fake news that you never asked for. Brought to you by the Burning Daylight Podcast and your host, myself, Matt McKinley, Aaron Ellis, Tim Martin, and Rob Jost. Now let's have a little bit of fun, talk a little politics, and tell a dirty joke or two.
And your college trick magic might have fooled everybody, but you didn't fool nothing on me.
Oh, welcome back, Daylight Burners. It's been a doozy, I gotta say. 2024 started out with a bang. Like,
Sorry, guys.
hit hard. And,
Good podcast.
Tried to
yeah.
mute it. I did like the Phantom, you know, how you slide it past and you don't really hit anything.
We are we in? We're in limbo between some sort of foreign conflict versus some sort of internal conflict, and I think also we have the front runner for the presidency hit with like another multi-million-dollar fine, and that's kind of like old news. No, like nobody cares. Like that just happened, and it just happened.
It's like when they said
thing.
aliens are real, and everyone's like, "Oh, cool."
I know, it's wild. Like
Matt, how hard are you going to come when they unveil Transforce?
I just
You're
want
like, that was my
royalties.
fucking idea.
I want royalties. Damn it! I've been advocating for this for years at this point. It's gonna happen.
What is this Transforce?
Oh, fuck.
Like Space Force.
Go ahead,
Like,
Matt.
well, it doesn't matter.
Is
what.
there like a tucking division?
See, well, my idea, which I think is the best one, is if we're gonna lean hard into this trans deal, let's go all the way, but let's not lower the standards. Like, we still have the same selection process for all our special forces and whatnot, but once you make one of those teams fake tits, and then when you go into battle, you got to be full bone, rock hard. So you get steroids, HGH, fake tits, and Viagra.
Because history has shown us armies on drugs do the best.
They
Right, Matt?
do the best.
I
I
mean,
mean,
They do the
The
best.
Nazis were on
they-
some pretty good meth, from what I hear.
they,
Meth was the thing, all right. They need to bring that back. To
they
the army.
invented a whole another term for military strategy based off of meth. It's called the Blitzkrieg.
Thank you,
I mean,
Professor.
That's not what they taught me in middle school. That's what the
Well,
Blitzkrieg was.
They toned
They
it
just
down
did
back
it
in the
sheer
day.
will.
They just told me it was a bunch of Panzer tanks driving over France.
Back in your day, they didn't know exactly what it was called. They just knew it was the secret German drug.
Okay.
Sheer dedication is what got him through.
Yeah, just love of country. That's what made him prevail.
The motherland.
So yeah, if we're gonna lean into this whole trans deal, like let's not lower our military capabilities. All right, like we're gonna give them the right hormones and then also dick pills, because there's nothing more frightening than getting your throat slit by a commando while he's hard.
So in your world, are these guys are they gonna just take over the like the Navy SEALs jobs?
Well, they have to qualify as a Navy SEAL before they get their fake tits and.
Oh, okay. So this is like SEAL Team 6 on steroids.
SEAL Team Dicks.
like it.
This is why
Yeah.
Matt's been working out so hard lately. He's really
Yeah.
wanting to be in that.
This is my
inaugural
time to
class.
shine, baby. I need that HGH to be able to compete. I ain't gonna make it on my own. God damn. God cursed me with this shit.
6
so-
inches 6 inches taller.
Yeah. I mean, then I'd be like average. But good thing is I'm just short enough to fit in those Jewish tunnels.
Did you get that, Rob?
Got it.
Did you get that? Okay, just checking. Rob was not abused by that. What? One too many tunnel jokes, Rob? Is 101 too many?
I mean,
Stick with the
he-
turtles.
Okay.
He's not
If
paying
we would've-
attention because he's busy digging his tunnel under his house.
he's trying to be secretive about it.
Very, very. Oh,
Damn
was
it.
that
There
the
he
last
goes.
one? 102 Jewish jokes,
Well
and
played.
Rob's fucking out.
Well played, Rob. I wish
Rob's
there was
walking
an
around
effect
in it.
where he just went. Whoop.
It's like in The Great Escape when like Rob's walking around in his backyard with like pockets full of dirt and just like walking around.
It's one
That's
of those
Shawshank
things with
Redemption.
Oh, that is shot.
stereo-
That's right.
if me or Tim or Aaron had made that story up about the Jews tunneling to the synagogue in New York, that would be considered just blatant, rampant anti-Semitism.
What'd you say? What? That was an
No,
article
it's
from what publication? Matt?
Incoherent anti-Semitism. I think that would be.
Well, okay, fair enough. But either way, like that's and fair enough. If we had made that story up, yeah, that would be just one of our bullshit sessions where we're like,
We would-
what's the most stereotypical thing a Jew could possibly do?
Dig a
And they
tunnel.
went- They went and did it. You know, like
We
could
would've-
go
we
with
would've-
all
we would've
the stereotypes. You know that all the anti-Semites use: the sneaky, the devious, and then like the rat deal. And you're like,
We would have had to come up with the phrase Hebrews in a half shell and then made a story up about
Yes. Yeah.
yeah. But instead, they just did it for us because they're that much better at media.
it. Because they run all of it.
Boom.
And yeah, like all the anti-Semites are like, see? And I'm just like, well played.
Those slimy turtles.
I was trying to make up this scenario in my mind, and you guys did it better. Fuck. Well played.
Rob, when are you gonna get us in one of the movies?
The turtle movies?
No,
Any
just
of the
like a
movies,
movie.
really.
Movies in general.
Doesn't have to be about
All
the tunnel.
movies? I don't have control. I wish I did.
You know somebody who does, though.
I dabble.
Yes, buddy.
And this is why we love you, Rob.
This is why we love you, Rob. Fuck.
Anyway, have you guys seen Vince McMahon's mustache
God.
lately?
Let's just go ahead and get to this.
I purposely all week did not read anything on this. I wanted to
Why does
come in fresh.
why does he look like he's on his like 25th week of chemo in that
He
picture?
probably is. For fun,
Okay.
though.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, after
Like-
you hear this,
I think he's got a
story,
lot
he
of
might have-
prostate cancer.
Like as an experimental fun thing to do.
Well, he's just like that's the only way he can get off anymore. It sounds like, like this dude's into some wild shit.
Steroids is a hell of a drug.
Who would have thought that the guy that started the WWE would be into some weird shit?
Well, like we were talking in the group chat, I'm not surprised by the allegations at all. Like that
No.
that part, I'm just like, oh, Vince McMahon was sex trafficking people. Yeah, that checks out. It checks out.
Wait,
The
so
dude
okay,
said-
so get us up to speed. What is this actual story?
Okay, well, I think this is the original story. I believe it's from the Wall Street Journal, from what I could tell. It's by some Indian dude.
Can you tell because it says Wall Street Journal on the top?
Well, I found the original article, Tim. I had to
Oh.
do some googling.
You had to Google Wall Street Journal. How long did
I
that take?
didn't know who published it first, Tim.
Candigia said it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
anymore.
So Khadija Safdar. I'm
I feel
guessing
like my
that's
favorite part
Indian
of
or
the show
Pakistani.
is Matt trying to pronounce these names.
It's
My
always good.
absolute
I know.
Give us one more time. What is it, Matt?
Khadija Safdar.
Him trying to pronounce the names of that Jewish temple was one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
The Matt. The.
Hey,
A woman who received a payout from WWE boss Vince McMahon has accused McMahon and the company and a former executive of sex trafficking in a new lawsuit that raises questions about the breadth of an internal company probe conducted by a law firm last year. All right. One thing I have a real issue with all of these like sexual assault claims, like Trump and now Vince McMahon, they're all civil trials. So that if they get, convicted,
just money.
or yeah, but then they get to say like you've been found liable, which is essentially like you've been found guilty of sexual assault, but like not really. I don't know. That part makes I'm not saying they're innocent by any means. I'm not saying that.
You're not advocating for child trafficking.
I'm just, but like if you're found
But-
guilty, liable, whatever, like you particularly of what they're being accused of, you should go to jail. If that is truly the case, you should go to jail, not just pay a fine. I'm fine with paying out the ass for it too, but you also should spend time in prison. But these are all just civil complaints, and so that part's weird. But
Rob, in a civil
it's not weird.
suit, in a civil suit, what do you have to prove, and what
So,
evidence?
we
do you
talked
have
about
to
this,
have?
Aaron. Pay
I
attention.
can't
okay?
I can't fucking remember.
So
Well,
essentially, you are
OJ
accusing
lost
the
his
guy.
trial.
Hold on. All right. So essentially,
I
you are
want him
accusing
in
that
trial
same
so
person
bad.
of the same act, but instead of proving beyond a reasonable doubt, which is what is the standard in a criminal case, in a lawsuit, you are just proving by the preponderance of the evidence, which is a much lower standard. So it's easier to say yes, for a jury to say yes, you did this, versus a jury trying to say the same thing in a criminal trial. So that's pretty much the difference between a civil court and a criminal court. The other one being in a civil court, you're suing somebody for money versus facing the wrath of the U.S. government or the state of Colorado or wherever,
Right.
going to jail. So
and I
So
understand.
Rob, say
I
that's-
say that
understand
one
that's
more
basically
time,
the
'cause-
distinction.
Say that one more
I
time
under-
because I wasn't listening.
shut the fuck up.
I understand the legal differences. The part that gets me is like, well, now, so like with the Trump deal, they're like, oh, you've been found liable of sexually assaulting this woman, which is true because it all went through the legal process. Which in my mind, which in most normal people's mind who don't have a legal background, be like, all right, well, so why isn't that motherfucker in jail? Because he raped this woman, essentially, is what they're saying.
Did not
But
rape.
it's
It was
all-
assault, but not rape.
Allegedly.
I know. But even the judge said, like, well, essentially that means rape. And you're like, well, but is that the legal definition? Because you're a judge and all, you're supposed to know the legal definitions and stuff. But it's one of those things, like, I get the differences, but what I don't understand is why it goes to civil court as opposed. I don't know. It just.
So I can answer that. So
'Cause
for
you
an
touch yourself
individual
at
that
night.
needs justice against somebody that did this alleged crime, I guess, you go through the civil courts in order to get something from them because you just don't. It's really hard to win a criminal case. It's just not something, especially against a celebrity.
Hard.
It almost never happens. Like sometimes it does. Bill Cosby is one of those kind of examples.
Oh
but
yeah,
Jello
he got out on a
pudding.
technicality too.
So suing them, especially somebody with a ton of money, all right, is the only way you're really going to get justice. in this kind of situation because you can ask the state of, I don't know where this happened. Is it New York?
New York.
So
New York.
trying to get a New York prosecutor to file charges for alleged sexual assault or rape, going through a jury, proving beyond a reasonable, and then the really high profile lawyers that Mr. McMahon is going to have is going to be able to confuse the jury with all kinds of stuff, and you're probably not going to get a conviction. So for the victim, going through the civil courts is a much easier way of getting the same kind of justice, I suppose, that from in a victim standpoint than trying to see if he's going to go to jail, which ultimately after 3 years of a criminal case and then appeal after appeal of that kind of stuff, you know, it's just really hard. So you know, I get it from a victim standpoint why you would sue, because you also have control. You can sue somebody for whatever you want. You can't force the government of New York to file charges against Vince McMahon. That's totally up to the New York prosecutor. He doesn't have to. Whereas you, as an individual, I can sue Mr. McMahon if you can prove whatever the stuff happened. I can file that lawsuit myself, and that's on me. I don't have to depend on some jurisdiction to file those charges on my behalf because I don't have control over that as an individual in a criminal case. That's not your job. That's the state of New York. So
She could sue
so there's other
me.
parts.
Sue me.
Yep.
That's all right. That makes sense. As far as your explanation, yes, that makes sense. I'm still.
You don't like
thinking that the
it?
whole-
Sounds like it.
Well, no, it's not, and it has nothing to do with Vince McMahon. I have no dog in that fight. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It just the whole part is like, I don't know if the dude is found guilty of it, he should go to jail. The money part's kind of irrelevant to me. I'm fine with money payments or whatever, but it seems like there should be a jail sentence, particularly with like that type of allegation. Like, I don't know, because
And they very well
the
could. Like, New York
allegations?
could, after using this evidence, could probably file a criminal case if the lawyers and whatever it is of all the stuff that comes out of this case or this lawsuit might be enough to say for any prosecutor to be confident that beyond a reasonable doubt, and they might file that. That's happened before, so you know,
okay, fair enough.
you don't necessarily take it out.
All right, this is where that legal degree comes into play, and it's
I can't hear
well done
shit.
on your explanation, Rob. Because like I said, I was having a hard time wrapping my mind around it, just because like I don't know. Like I said, that type of allegation, if they're forcing them to pay that amount of money, they should also probably force them to go to jail too, in the way my head works, anyways. But
So what do you do?
all right, let's get into
Allegedly.
it. Janelle Grant, former employee at the wrestling firm's headquarters, said in a lawsuit filed Thursday that she was abused and sexually exploited by McMahon while he was a chief executive. She alleged that McMahon lured her with the promise of career advancement, and then he allegedly exploited her and trafficked her to other men inside the company. Grant
Wow.
signed a non-disclosure agreement in 2022, in which McMahon agreed to pay $3 million for her not to discuss their relationship or disparage him. WWE received an anonymous tip in 2022 about the relationship and started a board investigation, which uncovered other payments by the CEO to women. Grant's lawsuit said McMahon stopped making payments under the 2022 deal after the initial $1 million installment. See, this is Trump. Trump kind of proved that non-disclosure agreements don't mean shit because
I was gonna say, do NDAs not mean anything?
Well, when you're talking about raping somebody, probably not. You know.
Well, if she took like a couple $1 million and you signed a thing, does that not mean anything? Like she got the money, she agreed to the transaction.
Let's use the Stormy Daniels thing for example, because like whatever money Trump paid and then she was forced to repay after the civil suit, like it didn't fucking work because she was supposed to stay quiet about it and she definitely didn't. And she's like, so not only are you out the money that you paid her through this settlement, but then you're out legal fees and time and all that shit. And she's like, what was the fucking point of that in the first place?
So Rob, what if Derek Jeter, the big thing with him was he sent him home with the basket. And let's say he has him signed a
What did he have in the
NDA.
basket?
What did he have in the basket? So
We'll come back to that.
Yeah,
What's in the box?
I don't know what we're talking about.
if they blabbed about it, like Derek Jeter, he used to take women home. He'd have a one night
Notorious
stand.
pussy hound.
He would give them a basket, and I'm sure they would sign an NDA. What if one of them talked about it? What would be the consequences of breaking an NDA in that situation?
If
I mean, it depends
the
on what the
NDA
NDA says.
specifically said you can't speak about this publicly.
You
Which
can't
it
tell
seems
people
like both
how
of these
small my
girls have
penis
done
is.
that.
Yeah, they're violent. I don't think they're not like, I guess, alleging that they're voiding this agreement. They're probably saying that the agreement itself is ridiculous. And it doesn't matter if you sign an agreement. If it's a ridiculous agreement, they're not going to enforce it. So I think that's probably one of their deals with and I think that's the case with a lot of NDAs going on now, is that, you know, if you're trying to hide the fact that you want to bone a bunch of chicks in the company and you just have them sign NDAs to avoid exposing that, it's probably not going to work anymore. As I think that it's probably going to be happening pretty soon. These NDAs have used to be with corporate secrets and, you know, things that have to do with the money that the company makes or the things that they build. And now it's all about, you know, relationships and what you're doing to individuals and that kind of stuff. So it's gone beyond the scope of what an NDA was originally meant for, you know?
Well,
So
in
it's
this
not about
case, it was
butthole
just
pleasures.
it seems like it was a
Butthole
simple
pleasures.
case of non-payment. They stopped paying what they were supposed to pay.
Yeah,
and,
that's true here. Like, so it was she signed an NDA that they were going to pay her a certain
$3
amount of money to
million.
keep quiet, and they just stopped paying her. Is how I understand it.
So,
You might not want
Grant
to do
signed a
that.
non-disclosure agreement in 2022. McMahon agreed to pay $3 million for her to not to discuss their relationship or disparage him. Grant's
$3
lawsuit
million
said-
to McMahon is like nothing. Also, why
Right,
didn't he
that's-
just give it to her in cash? Like,
Right.
you're done. You gotta see
Well-
Damn
it.
it, Matt.
Because you have to cover up. the
Why are you
payment.
setting up a payment plan when you're a billionaire?
So it doesn't have a trace. So it doesn't have a
Um,
paper trail.
It doesn't matter with an NDA.
But if he's trying to cover up, they'd be like, "Oh, what's this 50
Because it's
million
still
you
a trail.
spent
There's
on
still a paper
somebody?"
trail here that it's gonna make it look a lot worse when, you know, if you're able to follow, just pay the money or whatever it is. Like,
well, see, that was
make it in a
that was
payment
the
plan, making it
whole
more official. You
thing-
can hide it better.
That was the whole thing
Yeah.
behind Trump and the Stormy Daniels, because he had Cohen pay it and then reimbursed him out of his election fund or something like. Or
Yeah,
his
that's a no-no.
campaign fund.
What?
And,
You can't do that?
Ap-
Fudge.
apparently not. Well, who knows, because Stormy Daniels had to pay him back, so maybe you could do that. I don't know. Like, it's beyond my legal reasoning at that point. I don't know.
I'm not really
But,
sure what you can and cannot pay for with election funds.
I thought this was
Um,
America. Is this
I don't
America?
know.
Like freaking was it Cory Bush or Ilhan Omar? One of them was
It was
like
Cory
paying her
Bush
husband,
with
her
the
husband,
security
or no,
funds or
yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
the security, yeah. She paid
no, it
someone
was-
that had never done anything like $200,000 a year to keep her safe.
Well, it's
He
kind of the same
motorboated
thing
those
with
titties, though.
Fannie Willis with the Georgia thing. Is she hired some ambulance chaser to help prosecute Trump, and then it turns out she was
Yeah.
boning him and paying him with state funds, and then
Allegedly.
Dude,
They
allegedly.
frown upon that.
dude, bitches love the dick. Bitches love the dick.
They really do. Let's see. This lawsuit is replete with lies, obscene, made-up instances that never occurred, and a vindictive distortion of the truth. spokesperson for McMahon said he will vigorously defend himself. Sounds like he did a lot of other vigorous stuff.
He's
during
going to vigorously do a lot of things.
There was a lot of vigorous in this story. TKO Group, an entertainment giant that was recently formed by the merger of WWE and the UFC. Blah, 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 blah. Jerry McDevitt.
McDevitt. Is that the guy? Is that the
McDevitt?
lawyer?
Is that
that
McLovin?
into him?
That's McMahon's attorney.
The law
at
rabbit?
the time.
McDevitt.
Maybe. Said in 2022 that the woman whose name wasn't yet public hadn't made any allegations of harassment. In a statement when the Wall Street Journal first reported on McMahon's $3 million settlement, WWE said the relationship was consensual and that it was taking seriously the allegations that McMahon engaged in misconduct. McMahon briefly retired from the WWE in July 2022, following reporting by the Journal that revealed payouts to multiple women. Son of a bitch. I lost it.
What'd you do?
I'm back.
That chick also looks like, it doesn't matter if it's Vince McMahon. That chick just looks like a regular, like maybe 7 that he could pull just from being a billionaire.
She kind of looks like a mannequin. Like,
I mean, she's not terrible looking.
No, I'm not saying that's why. Yeah, like, but this guy is around some of the hottest women on earth. Like, and he goes for her.
She's no MTG. You know what I'm saying, Rob?
No, she's no MTG. She ain't got them thunder thighs. Well, we don't know. We can't. It's a waist
Thunder
up.
thighs,
picture,
thunder
so
thighs.
But she
Sit
doesn't,
on me, Marge. Sit on my face.
she does not appear to have thunder
Sit on it,
thighs
sit on it.
like Marge would have.
I am so rock hard now.
The Journal reported the board's independent directors had retained law firms Simpson, Thatcher, and Bartlett to conduct an investigation. Simpson Thatcher's investigation found $14.6 million in payments by the CEO to women who had accused him of sexual misconduct that should have been booked as business expenses. In November 2022, WWE said the board investigation was completed and the company reinstated past securities filings. Or restated past securities filings. I don't know what that means. McMahon repaid the company for the cost of the investigation and returned soon after. Let's get into what's actually being.
Yeah, what actually made your skin crawl? Because you were like all about this one, Matt.
Okay, so
He loves McMahon. Right?
I have not watched WWE in I don't know how long, and I've been tempted.
Hurts.
I don't know. Just not. After about 8th grade, it was more of a novelty. I don't.
Aaron's watching it right now.
Once The Rock went to the Fast and Furious franchise, it just died.
He was no longer family.
No, yeah. Sorry, Dom.
The lawsuit filed in Connecticut federal court describes in graphic detail Grant's account of interactions with the businessman and TV personality. She alleged that McMahon and another WWE executive locked her in an office in WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut on June 15th, 2021, and took turns sexually assaulting her while other staff were working.
What?
In the middle.
Were they just polishing the championship belt while they're just like what are they doing?
Something was getting polished.
You're fucking
if you know what I mean.
Fucking stupid.
It was a tag team thing.
Oh
yeah.
One of them had to run out and actually touch the other one's hand to run in.
It was a hardcore match, if you know.
It was the ladders, chairs, and tables match.
In the middle of another workday on June 23rd, 2021. So this was a week later about. McMahon locked Grant inside his private locker room at WWE offices and forced himself on her over a massage table. The suit said later that day, McMahon's personal assistant delivered $15,000 in Bloomingdale's gift cards to Grant
Go get yourself something nice, sweetheart.
So,
Bloomingdale's.
I mean, you guys may not be aware, but I'm kind of from the sticks, and so is Bloomingdale's nice?
I didn't even know Bloomingdale's was still.
Pretty
a
sure it's
thing.
like the equivalent of a 1-year membership to the Jelly of the Month Club.
I was kind of wondering that because if it was 15,000 to J.C. Penney's, I mean, like you can kind of buy the
That'd
whole
probably-
store, and then
I was gonna
and
say
have
that'd go a
stuff-
lot
have
further
money
at
left
J.C.
over,
Penney.
you know. Like you could buy one of everything in the store, and then like, all right, now I've got $8,000 left to spend. I guess we'll do 2 of everything.
It doesn't sound as classy as the Coles.
No. So, does anybody have any insight on Bloomingdale's?
I honestly thought they weren't even around. Like I thought
I didn't
Bloomingdale's was
either.
basically like Macy's.
Yeah, like REO or is it REO Schwartz?
Isn't
or
it?
something like
Isn't
that?
it Macy's?
FAO Schwartz
FAO
was like
Schwartz.
that's a toy store.
I know, but that's kind of. It seems like an old thing. It's like something you would see in Home Alone 2.
Or a Christmas Story, like 1950s Cleveland.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. Like Macaulay Culkin used his dad's credit card in there and bought a bunch of cool shit for an 8-year-old.
He bought a whole pizza party.
Mm-hmm. And they removed Donald Trump from that movie altogether just because.
Not true. I watched
I-
it yesterday or a few months ago, and he was right on there. That's a
He was
lie.
on
Good.
there.
Good. They
So-
did remove it in Canada. I remember that though.
As of March
Canadians.
2023, Bloomingdale's has 36 department stores still open.
Oh, okay. Well,
So,
So-
they're,
I mean-
they're around.
But it's owned by Macy's, right? So it's essentially Macy's.
I
So
think
the
so.
fucking guy just gave her like a
Yeah.
shitty department store, like not
You-
even something more
you
than
can
triple
spend-
digits.
you can.
He couldn't
spend
even have made it like
$2,100
Victoria's Secret or something.
You can spend $2,100 in each one of these bad boys. The suit also included screenshots of explicit text messages that McMahon allegedly sent to Grant. A May 2020 message said, "I'm the only one who owns you." You is capitalized, and it's just a single U. And
You
controls,
Villain.
Can't spell.
and who controls who?
He's
I
got
want
Riz.
to F you, and that is spelled F dash capital U.
Vince McMahon. Remember that South Park where they did, or not South Park, Chappelle Show when he did movies like what would really happen, and he did Pretty Woman. I could totally see Vince McMahon after she's talking. He's like, "You need to get the fuck out of here." like that's that dude.
All I
we
know
need to
is
find this-
verbatim, I sent Aaron this exact same text. Like,
I think we've all sent Aaron that verbatim that exact text at one point or another.
You
I'm
need
I'm
to
the
get
only
fuck
one that
out of here.
owns you,
Oh,
and you're.
yeah.
I can only decide who f's you.
Aaron just scrolls right back to his wedding night. And it's just like Tim, Matt, Rob, Brad, Jake,
guys, I don't know
Eric.
what to do.
dude from
Guys, I need
Sullivan's.
some. Tell me what to do. Excuse me, not dude. Rhino from Sullivan's. Okay.
Oh, Rhino.
Rhino.
Yeah. Heath from Lucky Joe's.
Who the fuck's he?
She,
You tell me. He's in your phone. Let's see.
Wait, I told
Grant
you about
alleged.
that.
Oh, hold on. Grant alleged that McMahon shared nude photos and explicit videos of her without consent with other WWE employees, unnamed executives, and stars, and directed her to have sex with them. The suit cited a July 2020 text that said others at WWE wanted to have sex with her after seeing photos on McMahon's phone, and the group laughed when she told them. Quote,
and she made
may
$14 million
scream-
for this.
Well, hold on. Quote.
I will
She
show
may
my kids
scream and try to
tomorrow.
say-
I would
no.
in a heartbeat.
Although it would be difficult to say anything with a cock down her throat. End quote.
Whoa, wait, what? Whoa.
Read that.
Can
I
we
didn't
get
hear
that
that.
drop? And also, can you say that clearer, Matt?
Quote, she may scream and try to say no. No is capitalized, both letters, 2 exclamation points. Although it would be B is just a capital B. No, nothing else, just one letter.
'Cause time
Although
is
it
money.
would be difficult to say anything with a cock down her throat, end quote.
Cool.
Was he getting
Grant
charged by the
alleged-
letter? Does he have like a really shitty cell phone plan?
that's how he pays his lawyers.
Gotta keep this under 250 characters.
He's like, hey, I know you don't got time to read all this. You're too busy tunneling, so let me keep it
Yeah.
brief.
You got
His
too much
night
cock
call
down your
ends at
throat.
11 p.m.
Shorthand. Grant alleged the board investigation was a quote sham. She wasn't interviewed by the board's special committee and it didn't request documents, even though she said she would cooperate, the lawsuit said. It alleged that the company diverted attention away from McMahon's abuse by focusing on the accounting for the payments. Others at the WWE knew about McMahon's misconduct, but worked to conceal the wrongdoing, according to the suit. Jeff Speed that can't be a real name. Jeff Speed. That sounds like that's like his wrestling name. He's a little shifty, fast white guy.
He's the only lawyer that has to show up greased up.
Jeff Speed.
Right? That sounds like a WWE player.
He shows
Johnny
up all muddy
Danger.
because he's been tunneling. Had to grease
just-
himself up.
He just walks into the courtroom and brains the person with his freaking briefcase.
A brick that he pulled from the sewer system.
And you got Jerry King Lawler just screaming in the background. Oh, good Lord. Oh, my God.
The ghost of Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah.
John Cena music starts pumping.
All right, hold on. So this lady is, the accusations are all from like 2021. So when did Macho Man die? It was probably before that, wasn't it?
Randy Savage died in 2022, I think.
Was it? Okay, so
2011, he died.
No, he
2011,
didn't.
okay,
No
so
way.
Close
May
enough.
20th,
So-
2011 is his date of death.
when are we gonna get a lawsuit against Vince McMahon that brings up, the Macho Man just in the background going, "Ooh, yeah, give it to her, nice." Cream always rises to the top.
There's got to be a video somewhere.
Somewhere.
Try to
Has
talk
to.
with that. Try to talk with that Slim Jim down your throat.
Oh shit. That he is probably contractually obligated to say that too. He could not say cock. Oh, snapping to my Slim Jim.
Every time I talk about a dick, it's got to be a reference to beef jerky.
Oh, every phallic reference.
Oh.
Be Slim Jim related, brother.
Oh, snap that
Ooh,
Slim Jim. Yeah, spicy.
I might have
Jeff
been thinking of
Speed, a
Roddy
former
Piper.
WWE board member. What was that, Tim?
I was thinking of Rowdy Piper.
How
You get
dare
that?
you?
Are you gonna pass out again, Tim?
No.
Pick up the fucking book.
Jeff Speed, a former WWE board member who co-led the board's investigation, said Thursday that he remained confident in the investigation. Oh, Jeff Speed's got some skeletons in the closet, I almost guarantee. Rob, as my legal counsel, do I need to say allegedly now?
Rob, you're up.
Rob's not paying attention.
All right, I'm gonna
I
say
can't hear
allegedly.
shit.
Oh.
God, Rob, you're getting as old as Tim.
Fucking internet.
I'm going to say allegedly just for legal purposes, but it sounds like allegedly Jeff Speed might have some skeletons in the closet if he remains confident in this investigation, which included outreach to Grant and engagement with her lawyer. He highlighted that McMahon left the company during the investigation. while recognizing the horrific nature of the allegations in today's lawsuit, I am not at liberty to comment on what was and was not learned during our investigation, Speed said in a statement. Well, what was alleged in the court filings was McMahon shit on her head.
Wait, what?
Dang.
No way.
All right, so this took a turn. All right, so
Right.
I mean, I
Well,
could get
I
the
was
whole
looking
like
for
pawn
the-
her off as a prostitute to everybody, but man, all right.
See, that's what I'm saying about the shocking part. Like it was jarring to hear that. Like, but it was in the midst of like a 90-minute orgy, which
Still, the shitting
I-
part, you know, that's just
yeah. Well,
it's there.
I'm not real for sure on the timeline of events. Like, did it happen?
Was it at the
earlier in
end of
orgy?
the 90-minute orgy?
You would hope so.
I'm hoping.
You would hope so, but
Although who knows,
um,
some people are really into that.
like I said,
90 minutes of an orgy, everybody's gonna have to take a shit.
I'm a bitch.
Shit on her face, Vince. Shit on her face.
Oh, so that's at 41 minutes. All right, we're gonna. After 90 minutes of an orgy, everyone's gonna need to shit.
Everybody poops.
Yeah. $3 million seems. I can see why she's re-suing him, because that doesn't seem like enough to get shit on my head.
Really?
Could
You're
be-
telling me
could
you
be-
wouldn't get shit on your head for $3 million?
Not willingly, no. I've had cow
Really?
shit on my head for nothing before, but no, I'm not into that. I believe it or
You
not,
don't have to be into it. Like, just let it happen.
Yeah.
$3 million.
No,
I
I'm
don't
good,
know.
man.
I don't know,
I would
man.
start gagging as soon as I saw the butthole. start
I
gagging.
mean, yeah, I'll work harder,
Yeah.
man. I don't need the money that bad.
Reverse
I'll
shit
do
bang.
I've done some
Okay,
not
go ahead.
flattering jobs, but yeah, there ain't no amount of money that'll do that. I'm out. I am out on that. Oof. That's
$3
gross.
million seems fair. That's all I'm saying.
Tim, like, I did that for $12 one time.
I'm rethinking some life decisions.
Back during the Depression, you had to do what you had to do.
How dare
Dude,
you?
if
First off.
somebody's shitting on me, I better get a Macy's gift card. That's all.
Yeah, fuck your Bloomingdale's. Give me a Macy's.
Yeah. Maybe a Kohl's if you got enough cash, you know.
The fuck out of here with your Bloomingdale's.
Was that too many shit jokes for Rob? He's out.
It must have been. His legal analysis just broke. He's like, nope, I got nothing.
He's going. You know what he's looking for? He's looking for Marjorie Taylor Greene shit porn. Oh, there he is. Rob, did you find
Yeah,
it?
I got like a whole folder of
North
MTG
Georgia fart
freaking
porn.
porn.
Oh,
Worry about that.
full of it.
Shit on my chest.
What would be the dollar amount for Marge to drop a big Duke on your chest, Rob?
Yeah.
He would pay her.
What the
It'd
fuck?
probably be. No, it would just be like little rabbit poops because she just eats a lot of protein.
That is a
There'd be a
high
bunch-
protein diet, I would
Yeah.
imagine. But she's
About like a
also
machine gun.
she's also in Congress though, so it might be a lot of Chick-fil-A too. So
Place
hard
delicious.
What? Do they eat a lot of Chick-fil-A in Congress?
well, she's
Damn
from
it.
Georgia, so I just picked Chick-fil-A
Oh,
for the
got
fast
it.
food.
Yeah.
Because she's a classy lady, Aaron.
Parentheses, lady.
Yeah. I talked to my dad today. Asked him what he thought if Boebert was gonna do well in the primary, and he thought she might, even in the
You
new
think?
I
district.
still think she's gonna win.
I won't be surprised if she does.
Didn't she come in like 5th place in a straw poll?
I think
Yeah,
it
it
was
wasn't
fourth.
good.
It's hard telling, man. Name recognition does a lot.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, everybody knows your name if you're jerking off somebody in Beetlejuice.
My dad was he liked Sonnenberg, I think is his name. But he is he's kind of like me. He's just like, I like Lauren. She's kind of fun.
There are worse people in Congress.
Oh, for sure. I hope Nancy Pelosi never dies though, because her stock tracker is fucking on point, man. 20%.
Did you hear?
She knows what she's doing.
Did you hear her yelling at protesters to go back to China?
No.
Like she had a full-on seizure moment.
Well,
Yeah,
let's look that up. That
I'm pretty
I
sure
didn't
she
know
wasn't directing it at me. You might have been. You might have.
Well, she couldn't see you, Rob. You were down in the tunnel.
You were
I
whispering
pop
from
my
the
head out of
tunnel.
there. You can see my bald head every once in a while.
I'm gonna get you.
Gonna get you.
Have you also seen the video that someone synced up Chappelle show with Nancy Pelosi being asked about trading stocks?
No.
It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I'll see if I
let me
can
see
find
if
You're
it.
gonna have to show it.
Go back to China. That's what she said.
Because I think she thought they were like Chinese plants that were protesting her. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, I found it. I found it.
You found it? Okay. Like, because
It
at
appears
first I
that
was
way.
like, oh, she went full Biden. She doesn't know where the fuck she's at, and she goes straight to the racism.
Biden at the brewery was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Oh, that was funny. Who drops a hard in bomb first? Biden, Pelosi, McConnell, or Trump?
Biden.
Yeah, I think so too. All right.
Smoke rocks.
Most of your constituents want to stop the genocide, stop the Holocaust.
Well, that wasn't.
That
I
was-
don't think that worked.
I don't know why we don't have uprisings everywhere. Oh, yeah. Go back to China where your headquarters is.
Most of your constituents
I yelled that on a Teams meeting today.
I thought I was on mute.
Because aren't they protesting about Gaza?
Yeah. Well, I thought San Francisco ended the Gaza deal because they voted for a ceasefire. Did that not cure the Gaza thing? I thought that cured Gaza.
Unfortunately.
it.
That fixed
I mean-
everything.
What the fuck
We're
do we
good.
even have democracy for? We can't just vote to cure Gaza. Son of a bitch. Losing all faith in government.
Yeah, type in Pelosi mashed up with a Chappelle show.
All right. Let me see.
I
what we can
plead the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
find.
Don't hear what you say, fifth.
Oil. Who said anything about oil? Bitch, you cooking? I'm
My
not
coworkers
finding
were talking about frying foods, and they kept on saying oil, and that phrase was just running through my goddamn mind because the kitchen
Bitch,
full
you
of women. I
cooking?
was like, "Bitch, you
Oil.
cooking?" Tim, internet.
Trying to find it too.
Rob, sit there and drink beer.
On it.
Absolutely not.
Can't see it, Matt.
Huh? Or?
No, absolutely not. Okay. Thank you.
All right, guys. So that is Nancy Pelosi channeling her inner.
Oh fuck, that's funny.
Why do we always have to have somebody commenting?
What are you saying?
Huh? Or?
No, absolutely not. Okay. Thank you.
All right, guys. So that is Nancy.
Oh, that's funny. No. Okay. Moving on. Okay, see you later. What's the press secretary? The lady with the good skin. What's her
Karine
name?
Jean-Pierre.
Jean-Pierre.
Yeah. She had the kind of the same thing with Israel the other day, and she's like, okay, we're gonna move on now. Didn't even attempt to answer the question. Like, I can't talk about Israel. All right, moving on.
She
We're
didn't
having
go.
fun here.
She didn't go.
Stupid.
Don't.
Don't. Nah, nobody's
Don't.
told Israel don't. Not in a while. Well, the Houthis have, and but that's about it.
That didn't work out well for him, though.
No, we're probably gonna invade Yemen at some point, I would imagine.
It's coming.
Do they have oil there? I think they got oil.
They're in the
Maybe
same.
they don't.
Who's
A lot
even
of
the
sand.
leader of Yemen?
Well, the Houthis.
I really want Matt
Kinda.
to pronounce his name.
Oh, I'm not gonna
Houthi?
try. Yeah, Houthi McHoutherson.
Damn it.
Yeah.
So from what I understand in Yemen, like the Houthis control the part where most of the population is, but nobody except like the Arab world recognizes them as a government. But well, not even the full Arab world, because the Houthis are Shia, and they've been at war with the Saudis for quite some time. So who the fuck knows, man? More reason for us to not be there. That's all I know.
There's
Rob,
Rob.
can you tell me who the Houthi leader is?
I have no idea.
Me neither.
Try to get my internet to fucking work.
I would sue somebody if I were you.
Yep,
I'll try it.
Jelly, dope, nut.
Have we heard any updates on the Jewish tunnels? Are they completed?
Holy
Have we
shit! I
figured
really
that
want
part out?
McKinley to say the Houthi.
If Jews are going to be building that, it's going to take a long time.
They're not really known for manual labor, I suppose. They are typically more
kind of
higher
built the
paying.
pyramids.
I was gonna say
They
what-
did build the
Pyramid.
pyramids. They did build.
That was kind of one of their big jobs.
They didn't really want to, I don't think, but they did build the pyramids.
Yeah, but it took a long time, and they're way over budget.
way over budget. Well, I mean, you got to divert some sort of money for the tunneling operation.
Matt, you really were not far off with the leader of the Houthis' name.
Houthi McHoutherson.
Just Google leader of the Houthis,
Okay.
and I want you to read what comes up.
Okay. Oh well, we'll do it. We'll do it in real time. All right. Houthi leader. Here we go. Abdul Malik Al Houthi. Nailed that one.
All right.
Al Houthi.
Ah,
Hootie McHootian.
Al
Houthi
Houthi,
McHootherson.
roughly translated, that is Houthi McHootherson. So I don't
Since
want to
I'm the
take
Marion-
credit, but I'll take credit for being right. Somebody's got to.
Littleton. I'm Aaron Littleton Town Littleton.
Yeah, it's like the Icelandic naming system where you're just like, oh, I'm John Johnson because my dad's name was John. And he named me John Johnson.
Oh, Long Johnson. Oh, Long Johnson.
Oh, Long Johnson. What was that a Don Lemon joke that we used that on? It's been a minute, but I remember playing the Long Johnson video, and I don't remember exactly what it was.
I
was
don't either.
something- It was something dick related.
Something
And that leads me to believe it might have been about Don Lemon because he scratched his nuts and then made another dude smell his fingers.
And then
To be
the
fair,
dude,
who hasn't done that?
the dude chose for it.
Yeah, I mean, it made Don Lemon a real person for once. So I didn't hate the move. I was really less. I wasn't mad at Don Lemon at all. The dude that filed a lawsuit against him, I was like, you were a real bitch, dude. You got bitched out by Don Lemon.
I mean, it sets a precedent. If somebody orders you a lemon drop, you give them the old stank finger.
You got to give him the stank fingers. Give him a little from Munda.
Yep.
Yeah. I want a cheesy lemon drop.
This milk's gone
Son of a
bad.
bitch.
That's a funny joke. I don't think it'll go over at my show tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Friday though. I don't think the cowboy crowd will understand that one. So probably
No.
I'll better save that one. Save it for another venue.
Where's your show?
Elko, Nevada. Cowboy Poetry Gathering. So we're
Oh yeah.
live at the Stage Door Friday and Saturday night, 7:00 start time. $10
He's
cover.
plugging it.
Be a fun time. Hell yeah, I am. I don't even know if I'll have this out before the show, but I'm gonna plug it anyways.
When does this show get to travel?
Well, as soon as somebody will pay me to do a show, I will do one. We'll make it. I'll bring my own shit. They don't even have to worry. They just got to provide the spot and some cash, and we'll do it. Not even that much cash. Mostly just a bar tab.
He'll
And
just do it
Mason's
for
gift
15
cards.
bucks.
$15 and a bar tab is a great deal. Now I got to convince my wife that it's financially
Financially.
that might be a new T-shirt. Just says financially.
Financially feasibly.
I wonder if that one will sell. Probably not, but I'll make it anyways. Business expense.
TNE. TNE.
It's a write-off.
Yeah, exactly.
TNA. TNE. TNE.
Tax purposes.
Well, you got to be careful with the TNA write-offs. If we've learned anything from Donald Trump and Vince McMahon, you gotta be real careful about that one. Like, get your shit in a row, if you know what I mean. Hold on.
You just need a girl named Southwest.
Did you see the dude that beheaded his dad?
I heard about that. What is that story?
I
This took a
heard
turn.
there's a pretty
Get it
big
going.
rabbit hole behind that one.
Ooh, beheadings.
Yeah.
Rob's his lawyer.
That's how you know he's a historical Jew. He's like, ooh, Reminds me of the Homeland. Beheadings. Here we go. Justin Moan is his name. I'm not making it up. Not making it up. Who is Justin Moan? Levittown man in YouTube beheading video sued the government and made music.
Oh, he made a video.
Yeah.
Made music.
On his social media, Justin Moan describes himself as a musician, producer, author of 7 books available on Amazon, the commander of America's national network of militias, acting president of the United States, and maybe the Messiah. Fuck yeah, I like this guy.
This guy wasn't told no as a child very much.
Acting president of the United States. Acting where? Where is this acting taking place? And maybe the Messiah. Bucks County law enforcement have added a new title to the list: murder suspect. Moan, 32, was charged Wednesday in the death of his 68-year-old father, Michael Moan, whose decapitated body was found in a bathroom of his Middletown home Tuesday evening, police said. According to court documents, Justin Moan used a machete and a large kitchen knife, both found in a bathtub by police, who recovered the victim's head wrapped in plastic in a large cooking pot.
The machete was not enough.
Well, must have been a dull machete. You gotta cut through the spinal column, you know.
A lot of hacking. Okay.
Lot of hacking.
A lot of digging.
This guy obviously wasn't very handy, or he would have just had a sawzall, you know.
That'll do it.
He was not a hunter, because
he didn't have a Home Depot card.
If you've ever shot a deer, the easiest way to cut the head off is with a sawzall. No work involved there, but he said
that's when we need the more you know to go across the street.
I wish I had that function.
Yeah, another
we'll give
time
you that
we
one
use
instead.
the soundboard. We don't have a soundboard.
He has 2 sounds on the soundboard. He never uses them.
Just the one fucking sound.
I got one more.
It didn't go through.
I didn't hear it.
It's just.
Is that like a shark?
Just applause. Just applause.
Yeah, we
Don't
can't
worry.
hear it.
You wouldn't know that sound, Tim. Police apprehended Moan in the Fort Indiantown Gap, home to a National Guard training center, some 100 miles and 2 hours away from Bucks County. It was unclear why Moan traveled to the area where the military installation bills itself as the busiest training center in the nation. That seems coincidental, maybe. Who knows? This dude cut his dad's head off with a machete, so.
But he did it live on YouTube?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, I'm already in pretty hot water with YouTube, so I'm not going to try to find that video. Moan was arraigned on murder charges at midnight in Fort Indiantown Gap, said Middletown Police Lieutenant Pete Feeney. That sounds like a Pennsylvania cop, don't it? Pete Feeney. He confirmed Michael Moan.
3rd generation.
Not Pollock enough.
He confirmed Michael. That's Chicago, dude.
Yeah, that's
Philly.
right.
Get it right.
He confirmed
No,
Michael Moan was found decapitated in the home. Moan has been charged with possession of an instrument of crime and abuse of corpse.
There
Other
should be
charges may
another
be
charge
filed
in there.
later.
What? That's a
I
really
mean,
lazy name of a town, also. Like,
He looks
what
like
should we
somebody.
call this? Fort Indiana Town.
He looks like somebody
Yeah, that
we
sounds
knew in the dorm. I mean, he kind of looks like Nick if Nick had more hair.
Take off the hair. Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah,
That's definitely the return of the Messiah right there.
he's holding a CD called "The History of Humanity." I wonder.
Is that on Spotify?
We shall find out. Let me look.
Like the purple on purple tie he's got.
It is very purpley. Very
Purple is royalty.
That's what
neck doesn't
Kyle
really
Tate always said. Purple's the color of royalty.
Yeah, he fucking did. I look good in this shade.
Because the Walsh
Purple.
Eagles are purple and white, baby.
Yeah. Fucking the monster.
Justin Moon. Here we go.
Oh, it's on there.
Hold
Here
on.
we go.
I don't want to give this guy too much credit for anything, but I am.
Nobody listens to this podcast anyway.
That's true. That's fair. What the fuck? All right, so he's a verified artist with. They must have removed him.
Oh, they took it down.
He is a
5
murderer.
monthly listeners. I mean,
that's how you get kicked off Spotify: is decapitate your dad on
I
live.
guess so.
Okay.
Well, now we know. Now we know where the
that's
line
the
is.
line. That's where they draw a hard line. Michael Jackson's still up there, but
do not decapitate your dad on YouTube, and you're probably okay on Spotify. We don't know about if you decapitate somebody else, but definitely not your dad, and don't do it on YouTube. Moan's Militia YouTube video, a call to arms. In a 14.5-minute rant against the federal government on YouTube. Well, that's nothing. 14.5-minute rant against the government.
that's a short rant for Matt.
Yeah.
I've done that in my sleep. Get the fuck out of here.
That's why he killed his dad. He got sick and tired of him watching the O'Reilly.
No, it gets better. In a 14.5-minute rant against the federal government posted on YouTube on Tuesday, Justin Moan displayed what he said was the severed head of his father, describing the victim as a 20-year federal employee. Moan did not admit to killing his father, who authorities confirmed was a federal worker in the video, but he called for the execution of all federal workers.
Oh, neat.
I've never called for the death of them, at least not seriously.
Publicly executed.
I'm just kidding, Mr. NSA man.
No, you're not.
Rob, you're supposed to be my legal counsel here.
Yeah, what the fuck,
Damn
Rob? That would be.
How else do I ensure that you get arrested so you hire me? All right.
Fair enough.
Robin Court. I can't wait.
I did not murder her. Yes, he did.
But he called for the execution of all federal workers claiming they have betrayed American citizens. Michael Moan was a retired civil engineer with the Army Corps of Engineers. Quote, all federal agents, U.S. Marshals, federal judges, and Border Patrol are to be killed or captured, tortured for information, and publicly executed for betraying their country, Moan said in the YouTube video that has since been taken down off the site. Earn your place in heaven by sending a traitor to hell early. Did he recently
took it pretty seriously?
Did he recently convert to Islam? It's got a real Muslim vibe going on right there. Earn your place in heaven by sending a traitor to hell early. Throughout the video, which appeared to be filmed in a bedroom, because why not? Moan railed against what he described as far left, woke, pro-immigrant, pro-Black Lives Matter, and pro-LGBTQs, deep state labor racketeers, and tax-evading big tech company influences in the federal government that he said are destroying America.
He's really giving the Republican Party a bad name.
Now they do it themselves.
That was a mouthful. YouTube took down the video
Deep
around
state labor
10:30 p.m.
racketeers.
Tuesday after it had been posted for about 6 hours and was viewed more than 6,000 times. So he beheaded somebody and couldn't get more than 6,000 views. That's kind of.
I want to say, like, Al Qaeda did a lot better job on that one. They got a lot more videos.
This goes back to my
They're
point
seasoned.
several episodes ago. Like, we deserve to be invaded at this point. Like, we got a dude beheading his own dad, and the freaking Hajis are still doing better than us on social media. I'm so disappointed in America right now. I mean, I don't condone any of this behavior, but if you're gonna do it, like, go big, man. Like, get 1 million views at least. Like that.
He said he had $10 million and $1 million on the heads of some of the biggest names.
You think he actually had it?
I don't know.
In the video, Moan declared himself the acting U.S. president and ordered all militia and patriots to kill federal employees and seize federal buildings, including courthouses. He said he had access to $10 million and put $1 million bounties on high-ranking government officials. Well, that's not enough, man.
Yeah, there's a lot more than 10 high-ranking government officials there, so he's bullshit.
Well, just based off of legal fees, how far does $1 million get you?
It'll get you robbed.
About nothing. Oh, yeah, it's true. I'll do your shit for $1 million. Don't worry.
Rob will let a dude shit on his head for $3 million, but he'll take $1 million for some bullshit
I do
case
not
like this.
guarantee any outcome. I believe the jury of the people.
I will get you a guilty verdict, but maybe not the death penalty.
Make that check payable to cash.
The lawyer hailing from Highlands Ranch oddly indicted, called him a liar on the stand.
The graphic video begins with Moan holding up his father's head wrapped in plastic several times as he appears to read a manifesto of sorts, giving orders and making claims against the government. Do you think he used his own music to score this beheading video?
Absolutely.
If he didn't, he's obviously not Jewish because, I mean, come on. Where's the cost savings there? You can't pay somebody else royalties for your own beheading video when you have your own catalog sitting right there. Come on. This guy can't be acting president. Jesus. No common sense from this fella.
So you're not going to caucus for him, Matt?
I mean, I might, honestly. That's next week, I believe. So
there's one write-in vote for someone named.
See, I still don't know exactly how the caucus works. So I've never done one. I showed up too late to caucus for Tulsi last election, so I just didn't caucus. I was sans caucus.
Can't caucus enough caucusing.
You had a flaccid caucus.
It was a real flaccid caucus.
Would you say it
so
was a
I hear. Like I said,
caucus?
I was sans caucus. I felt really emasculated by that. Several times he appears to read a manifesto of sorts, giving orders, making claims against the government. Authorities acknowledged seeing the video, but would not comment on its contents Tuesday night as their investigation continues. A good thing about this article is it is not AI generated because they missed a big.
Yep.
Butte.
Law enforcement officials Tuesday night released little information about Moan, only identifying him as the victim's youngest son. But his online footprint offered a vastly different portrait than his YouTube video. It also provided context for his disdain for the federal government. On his Facebook page, Justin Moan Music. Well, all right, Facebook, do your thing.
Color Funkin' Rado? What the fuck?
Where's he from?
Pennsylvania.
Walsh.
Fort
Walsh,
Indianaville.
Oh, he has
Toothy
71
McHooterville.
followers on his music page. Let me see if we can find this, if it's still up. Probably not.
I'm betting not.
And almost guaranteed this is gonna get me on some sort of list, but
You're already there.
I know they're not gonna be able to decide which list. No, I must have took that page down.
Rock, funk, hip hop using piano. And organ. Ooh, got
And
organ.
organ. I use my organ a lot. Ask your
Which
mom.
one?
Along with explicit lyrics, drums, synthesized bass, and other synthesized music. On his Amazon page, Moan, a 2010 graduate of Neshaminy High School, described himself as the author of 7 books and a musician who has released 3 albums and 1 single.
He played soccer. Aw.
Neshaminy. He was voted class clown runner-up. Well, that's probably what did it.
That did it. That put him over the edge.
I'd piss me right.
Sons of bitches made me second place class clown.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
mean,
make
don't
you
vote
laugh,
for me
clown.
if you're not gonna let me win. Fuck. All right, and he played soccer. His life story is unbelievable. Is it though? Is it unbelievable? And there may not be enough words to describe him, but one may begin to understand his complexity and experiences through his art. He only wishes to bring positive change to the world.
Yep.
Huh.
Well, that does look like Nick.
Got that? Yeah, you take off the hair, man.
Wow.
Nick, reach out to us if you're feeling down. Please reach out. There's gonna be one kid from DPS that listens to this show, and they're like, "It's fucking Mr. Engelman."
You talking about Nick? You talking about Mr. Engelman?
I fucking knew it.
We made those shirts of Nick, like Nick's face on a baby's body, and his students showed up with those shirts on.
Is he gonna wear that shirt when he decapitates Mark?
He might.
Has anybody got Mark's number? Should we warn him? No, heads up. You raised a psychopath, sir. Poor Nick. His students are just gonna think he's some sort of serial killer. I mean,
they probably already do.
They already do. We're not doing.
They're just trying to set him off to see what he does.
Yeah. I mean,
Nick says he wants fights to happen in the hallways so he can just yell "rumble" and run away.
We're gonna find out that he's secretly Italian. And he's just like running a little bookie ring for underground high school fights. It's Engelman's Fight Club.
Jesus.
I should probably blur his name out or bleep his name out.
No.
Nah.
Fuck him.
He'll understand, or he'll decapitate us live on YouTube. One of the two. Does he still work out? Think I could take him? I think I could take him. I'm not worried about it. I think I could take him.
Can we YouTube live this?
Yeah, I want to watch that. I'll run the bookie on that one.
Brad's the one you want to look out for. That little fucker's shifty. Yeah, like, I wouldn't.
He'll just straight stab you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but it's gonna come out of nowhere. Like, just like pull it out of a fence post when you're walking by and like, yeah,
14-pound ninja.
Mm-hmm. Like a spider monkey.
He'll get you.
Mo hopped up on Mountain Dew, Chip. Brad would smother you with his lips.
Which ones?
His nose.
Oh,
Those big old crusty lips. Never. He
Oh.
needed Vaseline.
See, Brad will also be the one that'll be least surprised by a sexual assault lawsuit in the future. Brad shit on somebody's chest against their will.
I will be in the front row of that court with like popcorn every single day.
Nick will be the plaintiff.
Nick, tell us how he shit on you. Tell us.
Don't make me do it again, fellas. What else is new? Any other stories we should cover? I mean, those are some doozies.
I haven't even watched news for like.
I think we nailed it.
I mean, is Texas gonna secede? Am I gonna have to? I guess I don't have to cross state lines this weekend, but eventually I'll have to. I'm gonna have to go past a skirmish line or something. Just once you hit the Oklahoma border, you get stopped by a bunch of rascal scooters and AR-15s. You cross into Arizona and it's just a bunch of Apaches. She's like, oh fuck. Am I gonna get nailed to the desert? I'm just gonna get
horseback.
nailed. You're just gonna spread honey over my naked body and leave me in the middle of the desert.
Bees.
Because I don't support a ceasefire in Palestine. God damn it! I knew I was on the wrong side of that issue. Don't worry, Rob tunnels and gets me out.
It was sand. It was super easy to dig.
We're gonna find out Elon Musk was a Jew the whole time because he's like the master tunneler, isn't he? The what do you call it? The Boring Company.
Boring Company.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just like a Tesla tunnel under Vegas.
see, all right, who do we call to place this bet for Elon Musk? Is he a Jew or is he an alien? Jew or alien? Because we got
He's a Jalian.
tunnels. He's a Jalian. Jawalian.
Jawalian.
We gotta find the equivalent of Hebrew and a half shell for a space tunneling Jew.
Oh my god.
What do you call a space tunnel? Does that exist?
A bridge.
Wormhole.
Oh, there. You're right. You're right. That's why you're the ultimate Jew, Rob. Like you already know this shit. See, I've got so much to learn, Rob. I have got so much to learn as a newly found.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
I'm working on it. I've been sharpening up my shovel. Been hoarding pickaxes.
You just oh.
Did you get your bag of gold?
In Hebrew, it's a wormhole.
Yeah. First you get the gold, then you buy the pickaxe, then you make the tunnel.
Then we get the khakis.
Then we
It's
get the chicks.
It's the underpants gnome. It's just like somewhere between tunneling and world domination. We got to figure out that part. Well, this is probably our last episode on YouTube ever.
Gang.
It was fun. It was fun while it lasted. It really test the boundaries of the First Amendment at times, but I do love these little guardrails we've set up. Like we can say all this stuff if we say it jokingly.
To a
Like,
point.
if you add a little question mark at the end, that makes it legal, right?
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Don't get too specific.
Don't get too specific, and always put a question mark at the end.
Something to
Right?
put on your resume is I got kicked off YouTube.
I got kicked off.
You too?
I tunneled below a synagogue.
Maybe. I think maybe.
Can you imagine the Jewish delegation going to the UN? Like, it's not genocide.
I wished I would have watched some of the. I can't keep them straight because we try to make other countries abide by these international laws, but we're like, nah, we're not doing that ourselves. nah, sucker, we ain't doing that shit. But I didn't.
It's not supposed to be about me, right?
Yeah. Oh, I mean that. No, we don't do that here. We're America. We are America. Everybody else, you should definitely do that. Not us. No. But I didn't watch any of the arguments against the genocide case at I think it was the ICJ. There's the ICJ and the ICC.
You're
I don't
too busy
know.
picketing.
Yeah, I was digging. I was practicing my tunneling. Which, I took to really well because I'm also half Mexican. So like I might be a super Jew, honestly. Like I've got enough of the Jewish blood to know the economics behind it, but then I've got 50% just
got Mexican labor just all over
sheer Mexican tunneling ability. Like, where's El Chapo? You just tell me El Chapo's over there, and I'll fucking dig you a tunnel.
Matt pops out of the ground and just says, "Who wants a churro?"
Hey, who brought the tamales, Holmes?
Que bueno.
Matt's got lights in it like a real cartel tunnel too.
Yeah. Hey, you give me $3 an hour and a dozen tamales. Okay, it's okay.
Okay.
I'll send $2
No.
home. $2 home. You can take a tamale if you want. They'll go bad after a while.
Some Oaxaca cheese.
Yeah. Maybe some mole every now and then. Well, it's okay. Okay. Well, maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks we get there.
Oh fuck!
You got it, Jefe.
And now that we've sealed our fate on YouTube, I hope you guys have a good week. Come see us in Elko. Not these guys; they're not going to be there, losers. But everybody else,
We're
here in
We're
Elko,
gonna be there in spirit, Matt.
I will mention you in our tunneling exploits. Nobody will understand the reference, but yeah, hard to believe. Not a lot of Jews in the cowboy community. I don't know the reasoning behind that, but not many of them that
We're afraid of
I've
horses,
come across.
man.
Right. There's probably some historical reason behind that, if we're being real honest.
Matt,
I don't think horses like Jews. I'm pretty sure of it.
There's the name of the episode.
Between the Russians and the Germans, I'm sure there was some real atrocities committed against the Jews via horse at some point throughout history. Like, I've not read up enough to know for sure, but I'd be willing to bet.
Matt's not rooting for it, but
I would bet the over, actually. Just knowing what I do know about the pogroms and the Holocaust and everything, probably a lot of atrocities committed against the Jews via horseback. But I don't know.
And they made tanks, and then they made trains. It goes that way.
Oh, hold on. What's the line on the Super Bowl? Anybody know?
Brock Purdy is the only man who can save us from Taylor Geddon.
It's already started.
Apparently Apparently, there's a big conspiracy theory about Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Vivek Swami, whatever his name is. He threw it out there.
I would have picked somebody with a bigger ass if, for full effect. Anyways, she's kind of built like a plank. She's just not a lot.
Niners are favored by 2.
Niner?
By 2. Yeah, I'll take Chiefs with the points all day.
Oh, please don't.
Over-under's only at 47.
I'll probably take the under.
Rob,
Whoa.
are the Bears going to trade us Fields?
You guys have the money or the draft picks for it, but I don't think you do.
No, we don't.
So
we're fucked.
You can take him.
I don't want him.
I called that one too. Russell Wilson won himself a few games, padded his stats, and we went all the way down the draft order. Fucked us every which way he could.
Yep.
Yeah, I got -2 for the Niners. Yeah. Chiefs +2. I'll take that.
All right, fellas.
Well, y'all have a good weekend. Do not behead your dad on YouTube. If there's any advice I can give you from a moral, legal,
legally speaking, I would advise you not to do that. Although if you do, you give me a call. All right.
Right. Rob will defend you.
Better call Rob.
And by vigorously
means you're going to jail. Probably gonna die.
He's gonna hammer your check before you're getting hammered in jail.
He'll make sure you get a really big black dude as your seller.
He's gonna plead the fuck out of it.
Like unnaturally big, like HGH big. Like
make
sure there's a lot of rage there. A lot of
my
rage.
client pleads super guilty, not just guilty. Super guilty.
Not only is he guilty, he is not repentant whatsoever.
Absolutely not.
That motherfucker deserved it.
Why are you here? I'm here for moral support.
He's asking specifically for cruel and unusual. Oh, that's another one I was gonna bring up before we get out of here for good. The Alabama execution, it was like nitrogen gas or something.
Oh yeah, saw that.
Whatever happened to just hang them or shoot them like that?
I think firing squad and hanging are probably better than these options, don't you think?
Well,
let them eat cake.
They're just
guillotine. That's even better.
Probably cheaper too. Honestly,
fuck them to death.
All you gotta do is make sure the track that it's on is clear of obstructions. The only obstruction is the neck. Like that is really the only.
He blinked at me. He blinked at me.
Well, they'll have data analysts there. Like this head showed signs of life for 34 minutes post guillotining. Inhumane.
For some reason, he didn't talk.
Yeah.
So let's inject him with a bunch of chemicals and just see what happens.
Well, some company probably made about $11 billion off of that one execution too. So, like, somehow, Nancy Pelosi probably owns stock in that company. I'll have to check. I'll have to check.
Damn right she does.
They just put mustard gas in there. That's all they need. It's a special recipe, though.
My New Year's resolution. We're almost. Well, I guess we are a full month into the year, but my New Year's resolution is just pray for Nancy to keeping on, so I can keep getting 20% on her investments every time. Every time. God bless Nancy Pelosi. God bless the United States of America, and move your ass. We're burning daylight.
guys and bad guys, cowboys and Indians, sinners and saints, masters and minions. They're all the same to me. They're all the same to me. Winners and losers, the weak and the strong ones, the young and the old, the right and the wrong ones. They're all the same to me. They're all the same to me. And you call it trick magic, might have fooled everybody, but you didn't pull nothing on me. Choose your battles or bite your tongue, 'cause you know your words have wings. Bar your windows and lock your doors when the puppets start cutting their strings. And watch your step when you find yourself in the company of kings. Good luck and bad luck, hard times and easy street, fortune and failure, dirt roads and concrete.